I tend to spend my life, I'm not really into fashion, and I'm not into all the things generally that media talks about, if you like. I fly a plane, and my mates are either sort of pilots, NASA people, professors, scientists, and so on. So that's the real life that I lead. And consequently now, obviously, a lot of very serious conversations that we're having about what's going on. My daughter, for example, is a research scientist at Cambridge University. She's a chemist there, and her labs have been closing down for 6 months now. So she's helping as much as she can, sort of research side.
And you are kind of doing things within the home, like you've outdoor clothes that you take off once you come inside after your walk, things like that. You've kind of changed day to day.
Yeah, well, I live in leggings. I'm a woman who actually lives in leggings, and so it's kind of home for me. Although I have to say, I was a bit slob last week. I wore the same pair of leggings for about 6 days, which maybe wasn't too good. I know people go, but no one was going to see them, so that's fine.
Tell me about the maths factor, because this is something that predated COVID-19.
Oh, totally, yes. So the maths factor, it's like the X factor, but the maths factor is when I left Canada, my whole passion has been, and I wrote my first science book in 1988, has been about education. That is my deepest joy, because education changed my life. I was a free school meals child growing up in North Wales, very poor family. And education, and my maths teacher, Mr. Parry in particular, changed my life forever. So I'm deeply indebted to my education, and consequently, and I know that the gift that a good education is the best gift that you can give a child, other than love. And so it's always been my burning passion is to teach, and to teach maths particularly. So I've been writing books for I don't know how many years now, 25 years. I had a TV production company 30 years ago, where we produced the very first VHS videos, which you sold through Woolworths. Remember all those old words? And for timetables to rock and roll, and what we have, the national curriculum, we have GCSEs, all these revision things. So a lot of parents now worked on those and got their grades because they watched those. So this is nothing new. So 10 years ago, I had more time on my hands. I came off Countdown, and I wanted to do what was my dream, which is to set up, in my opinion, the best online math school that I could set up. And it was intended as, and I again set up a company, had about 30 people working for me. I recorded thousands of videos, and it's based on a daily session. And you have an Auntie Carol video, and this is for primary school children aged 4 to 11, maybe 12. And then you have a little warm up, and then you have a practice of that very specific thing that I have been teaching you. So in a sense, it's matched with our national curriculum, but it is Carol Vorderman's numbers and algebra curriculum, and they follow it through. And around all of that, so there's teaching, proper teaching, which the kids love. And then around all of that are all the games and the leaderboards and the things that they can play, and the certificates after every session, and parents, we email them every time the child has done something. You can get those emails sent to grandparents. You can watch the videos, you can browse the videos, you can move your child around in the pause, you have revision clubs. It's the whole thing.
And importantly, Carol, it's for free now as well, isn't it? Sorry to cut across, but it's for free to children now, which is incredible.
Yeah, it was £2 a week, and we make such a difference. Now it's free, and even just, we have 1 million children coming to us now just over these last 10 days who are studying every day with me. And the results, because we know this, are that...
Carol, I am so sorry to cut across you. I so apologise. We've run out of time. We could talk maths all day because you're so passionate about it. Hopefully we'll get a chance to speak to you again. Stay well. Thank you so much for your time. Appreciate that. Let's head over to the guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Carol. Brian Kennedy.